Hi friends, Dean here with Escape to Gaming. Today is going to be kind of a simple pickups video, and I'll give you a little bit of an update and let you know kind of what I've been doing. It's been a very busy summer. Try to squeeze these videos out every chance I have. I've actually got some time off today. I thought I'd see if I can squeeze one in real quick. I missed the deadline. I was going to try to do this video last Friday, and I was kind of under the weather for a few days. Wasn't feeling well. It's funny, I felt great when I was over in Hawaii, and the minute I get back, I started feeling like crap again. My spirits are up, but just physically, I think I hadn't had enough sleep, and the jet lag, and then diving back into work, I think, kind of took its toll on me. But anyway, my good friend Jeremy, I went ahead and paid him for the next series of games. Every month, I pay him around $100, and then he sends me a bunch of games, usually 14, 15, 16 games. He gets really good deals on them back east, and he kind of picks them out. Sometimes he'll send me a text, "Hey Dean, do you want this one, or I can get you this, but it's missing the manual," or whatever. But for the most part, he knows what I like, and he's been picking them out. So it's kind of nice, because I don't know always exactly what I'm going to get. And then usually he'll send me a picture of all the games right before he sends them. "Hey Dean, this is what I got you for this batch." So it's kind of fun in a way. I kind of miss that looking for myself, but it's kind of like almost like having belonging to one of those record clubs where you get a record cassette or a CD every month or something. One of those kind of deals. It's kind of fun. But so anyway, starting off with the PS3, he got me the God of War collection. This is one I've wanted for some time. I've seen so many great profiles on these older games, especially since the new God of War came out. I thought I'd go back to the roots. I believe I have God of War 3 too. I'm not sure. I think I do. God of War Ascension I have. I don't know if I have 3 yet. It's possible I don't yet, but I'm trying to get all the early God of War games that were on the PlayStation 3, and these are, of course, the remastered PS2 ones. This is a great collection. PS3's got a lot of these really good, like the Hitman trilogy and Tomb Raider trilogy. They have a lot of these kind of box sets. I've got the Mass Effect trilogy, and it's nice to have them in one box. This is one of my favorites. This is the Reflex MX versus ATV. They have the same thing. What is it called? MX versus ATV Alive, which I like as well. I like this one a little bit better. So I suggest cancel the Alive. Get me this one. I have most of these for the original Xbox, and I've got one of the newer ones for the PS4 as well. So I just wanted at least one of each, one for each gen. So this is a really good one. I'm anxious to play this. Initially, I wanted it for the Xbox 360. The PS3 is fine, especially for racing games. I don't have a problem with them. He got me one PlayStation 2 game, and that's one of my favorites, Smuggler's Run from Rockstar Games. This was kind of a tech demo for the old Grand Theft Auto 3. They were kind of testing out the car mechanics, and so they made a whole game basically around the driving mechanics of the Grand Theft Auto 3, and that was the Smuggler's Run. Now Jeremy also got me the other one too, I believe. Yeah, Smuggler's Run 2. I've got over here. He got me the month before, which I've never played, but this one I love. I put a lot of time into this. Kind of a fun point A to point B any way you can. There's a test drive off-road for the Xbox that's very similar. You can go any way you want, pretty much. You can just get to this big, kind of highlighted ribbon or cone or whatever it is in the background. You get limited time. Sometimes you got to find the quickest way there. You get other people that are competing, trying to get there first or whatever. It's really fun. It's a great game. I'm happy to have both of these in my collection now. But the Smuggler's Run is kind of one of those underrated games. The graphics are kind of basic, really simplistic, but it's a fun game. The core game mechanic is really fun. It's really fun if you like off-road vehicles like myself. So he's picking me up a couple PS3 and PS2 games, mostly focusing on the Xbox, the Xbox 360. Now getting onto the original Xbox, one of my favorite consoles. This is one I've wanted for some time. I'm only going after just a handful of the NASCAR games. This is one of my favorites. EA Sports NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. This is one of the best, most desirable NASCAR games for the 6th gen. Really happy to have this in the collection. All of these games are clean and complete. Excellent condition. Jeremy's got exceptional connections for games. He's got really good deals on great looking games in great shape. Most of them have the manuals. So I'm real happy to have that. He got me this Mace Griffon Bounty Hunter. This is another one that looks really interesting. I never played it at the time. It looks like a really unusual game shooter, but it looks great. I watched some gameplay videos. I said, oh yeah, go ahead and add that to my list. I've got to have that one. So really pleased about having this in the collection. This Hulk game, he's got me a couple of the Hulk games. I've got the other one, the something of Destruction or Path of Destruction. I don't know what it's called. Ultimate Destruction, I believe, the other Hulk game for the original Xbox. And this was the other one. I think this one relates to the movie with William Hurt and some other characters in it, which I really enjoyed. I'm not real big on a lot of the comic book movies, but I did grow up with the Incredible Hulk on TV in the 70s. And I did like the film that they had in the early 2000s, so which I think this is based off from. It looks really good, though, so I'm happy to have a couple of the Hulk games now finally in my library. Getting on to the Xbox 360 games, which the rest of them are. He got me finally. I've had the Test Drive Unlimited 2 for some time, but I've never played the first one, Test Drive Unlimited. Now this one takes place, I remember Mark Bussler of Classic Game Room did a great review of this in a couple parts, and I think it takes place on Oahu, the island of Oahu in Hawaii, which is where the capital is. It's more simplified. They simplify the map and kind of the Google Earth type image of the island. Waikiki is very streamlined and kind of it doesn't have as many streets and what have you in it, but it's a relatively accurate kind of vibe and feeling of the island overall, and it's large. It's a lot to explore. This is really cool. You kind of fly into Hawaii, you pick a character, you immediately rent a car, you buy a house. You have an option of buying like a high-rise in Waikiki, or you can get a really nice kind of a house in Hawaii, which is ironic because we've been looking at condos as well as homes in Hawaii. And we're going to continue to look. Each year we're going to go to different islands and look. And someday when we retire, there's a good chance that we might actually buy a house here. So this is kind of novel because of that. I'm like, you know what? The second one, you start off in like a Mediterranean island, and then later you go to Oahu. And it has much better graphics. But the cutscenes and the cheese factor in the second one is kind of over the top. It's kind of cringeworthy, some of the characters and storyline. This one's a little bit more straightforward, and I like it. So I've been playing this and really having a great time with it. I like this a lot. You really feel like you're driving in Hawaii. It has a lot of the roads, which are pretty accurately satellite mapped. And I think, yeah, this one has bikes. I don't think the bikes made it to the second one. And you actually have a wider array of cars, more Lamborghinis, Ferraris, cars like that. In this one, where the second one, not so much. Sadly, the DLC is no longer available to get the additional car packs, but I'm having a lot of fun with this. This is very addictive. I've been playing this every night. I've kind of kicked aside my Godfather 2 game, and I've been playing this now, which I'm having a lot of fun with it. This is one that looks really good. I like spaceship shooters. This one looks really good graphically. In fact, I saw Mark Bussler review this one as well a long time ago. Project Sylphid, I believe it's called. And it's a really colorful spaceship shooter. Kind of reminds me of like the Battlestar Galactica game. I have a couple spaceship shooters that have some similar kind of, graphics in them. Going through space. This one has a lot of button moves and stuff, but it looks really nice. Looks really colorful, really interesting. Kind of a fairly generic story, but just nice visuals, and you really feel like you get the sensation you're in space on space missions. Kind of like the old, what the hell are they called? The space ones. God, I'm drawing a blank from the Super NES days. I can't remember. One with Mark Hamill and other ones that I can't remember. It'll come to me after I stop filming this, but anyway, it looks good. So I thought this is something at the last minute I added to my list after seeing some good reviews of it. I'm trying to get all of these, all of the Lord of the Rings games. I've got quite a few so far. So he finally got me the War in the North. I love the shimmering metallic box on this. This is really cool. This is, I think, one of the better games for the 360 and PS3. So I'm real happy to have this. I'm anxious to get all of it. I typically don't care for this kind of medieval style games, but I'm a huge fan of the Lord of the Rings series. So I'm trying to get all of the games for the 6th and 7th gen in the Lord of the Rings universe. Finally, this is one I've been after, my God, since it first came out. I just never got around to getting it. I've got, the Birds of Steel, and I've got all the other ones, Heroes Over Europe and all that. But I finally have the IL-2, I think it's called Sturmovik Birds of Prey. This is a really good graphics. It's a nice, straightforward shooter. Kind of reminds me of the Blazing Angel series, very similar. It looks great. I love the flying games, especially the World War II ones, and this is no exception. So I'm going to see what they have in the way of DLC for this. I'm going to try to get a lot of the Birds of Steel as well as the DLC for this if I can before it's too late and Microsoft stops supporting. I guess they just stopped supporting the PlayStation 2 Sony recently, and now I expect that's going to be happening with the 360 at some point. He got me this Conan game. I think he had the game, or his brother gave Jeremy the game, so he had the game and the manual, but he had to make his own cover, so you can did a color photocopy of the cover, which is fine. It's fine. It's in a black case, but that's okay. This is a game I've wanted for some time. I'm also a big fan of the Conan series, so I'm real pleased to have this in the collection. I have no idea what the gameplay is like. I need to watch some more gameplay videos of this, but I'm happy to have this. I finally got the first Army of Two, which I've never had. I've played the second one, which I have, and I especially like I think it's called the Devil's Cartel. That one's my favorite. But this one I've heard quite a bit of good things about. I like this, and I'm anxious to play this one. I'm a huge fan of the series. So Army of Two, you can't go wrong with that. You got a really good deal on it. This is a series I've never tried, but I've always wanted to try, and this looks like it's the best one. I may get the other ones in the series. I don't know. I'm at the point now where I can't go crazy and just keep spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So I'm trying to wrap it up, and like I did with the MX versus ATV Alive, instead of getting the Alive, I said, well, I'll just get Reflex. And I'm thinking right now I'm going to just stick with this one. If I really like this and want some of the other ones, I'll certainly get the other Command and Conquer ones. But I got Command and Conquer Red Alert 3. Which I've been anxious to play for some time. This looks really good. Great cutscenes with a lot of well-known actors. Kind of over-the-top action and almost kind of a comedic. Lots of drama in the little cutscenes and stuff. It's really well-done graphics. It's a great little kind of a top-down strategy game, which I love these kind of games. So I thought I'd start with this. If I like this, I can always pursue the other ones down the road, which look good as well. That was one of the more expensive games that he got me. Finally got me the Serious Sam collection. This was the only one that was missing a manual, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, this game is pretty self-explanatory, and it's just nice to have it. I think this has all the DLC. Yeah, it's supposed to have all the DLC. I think this one, you can install it, if I'm correct. It pretty much runs straight off the disc, but that's okay. It's a great series. I love the Serious Sam series, so this is a must-have for my collection. Collection's so close. It feels so good to finally wrap up and get all these games for the last 2 to 3 years I've been looking for myself and just can't find. Sega Rally Revo. Now, I'm not really sure exactly what this is. I have the Sega Online Arcade Rally game, and I think it's very similar to this, the tracks and what have you. But this is on disc. It's nice to have it on disc. I think it might be a different game. I'm not really sure. You can let me know in the comments if you know something about it. But it looks great. I love the Sega Rally games. They're really one of my favorites. And like I said, I've got the Sega Online Rally Arcade or something like that. And my nephews would come over and they'd play the split screen. We'd take turns with it. It's so much fun. And so I'm a huge fan of the racing games, especially these Sega Rallies are really just perfected. There were some of the more fun, forgiving arcade racing games that you can get. SSX, I already have the digital. When I first got my games with gold thing with the Xbox 360, when I used to pay for the live service, even though I never used it, the first few months I had it, I got some games with gold like Dead Island and this one and the first Crackdown game. So I already have this and all the DLC in a digital format, but I wanted the actual physical game. It's a great game. I also had this. I don't think I have it anymore, but I had it for the... I don't think I have it anymore. I used to have this for the PS3. I think I traded in once I got my digital 360 version. But this is the last of the SSX games. It doesn't have the fun factor, in my opinion, of the 6th Gen ones, but it's still really good. Visually, it looks really good, and it's got a lot going for it. You can have a lot of fun with it. So it's a great game. And the final one is one that I love, the XCOM the Bureau Declassified, but I've never played these other top-down ones, which really the series is known for. So I got this XCOM Enemy Unknown. I think there's another XCOM 2 or something. There's one more for the 360 that I would like to get as well. This looks really good. I've been really excited about playing these for some time. I absolutely love like the Wasteland 2 Director's Cut. These little top-down real-time strategy games where you just kind of set up your guys and hit a button and they go at the enemies and go back and forth, and then you set up another scenario, and it looks very good. I could see some serious time in this. So this is the final game that my good buddy Jeremy got me. Thank you, Jeremy, again for a fantastic selection of games. I mean, there's just so many. I don't know which ones to play first. Well, I've been playing that Test Drive Unlimited right now. So that's it for that. I got a few other pickups in the way, just of other things I've been getting. I got a couple CDs. I recently got the Thomas Dolby, just came out with this new remastered CD. It's on 2-disc of all of his greatest hits. Really crisp. I mean, it sounds fantastic. I've already ripped this into my hard drive and my Dodge Challenger, which is pretty cool, as well as my Xbox 360. Got a lot of really popular songs from Thomas Dolby. One of my favorite bands of the 80s, actually my top 3 favorite bands were was Gary Newman, the Pleasure Principle, which I have all of his early CDs, Thomas Dolby, and Wang Chung, which I just saw the other night with my wife finally. So I never had a chance to see Thomas Dolby or or Gary Newman, but man, to see Wang Chung, I'll have a little piece of the concert here I'll play. It was fantastic. I've recorded all the songs. Missing Persons opened for them, some other bands which were fantastic, but none of them sounded as dead on, other than Starship. You know, Jefferson Airplane, later changed their name to Starship, was there and did an outstanding job as well. Flock of Seagulls was the last band there. They weren't quite as good. They did play the Iran song, which right when we were leaving, we were trying to beat the crowd out of there. But the Wang Chung song was really, really good. I'll leave a little bit of it here so you can see a piece of the concert. It was outstanding. So, you know, the concert was great. We had a great time. It was like 100 degrees outside. God, it was so hot at that concert. But later, the sun went down. It got a little bit cooler. It was more manageable. Luckily, it was on Sunday night, so we had that Monday off for Labor Day, which can give us a day to recover. I got the Escape from New York CD, finally. I've always wanted this. I had a chance to buy this on vinyl when it first came out. Never had it. They even have some little sound bites from the actual film itself, with Snake talking and Lee Van Cleef and some of the Isaac Hayes and some of the other actors giving little lines, memorable lines from the film. Really well done, remastered, wonderful soundtrack. And then I also got the Terminator soundtrack from the very first Terminator. This I actually had the record album of, and then I've ripped my own cassettes off it and listened to it driving around LA. I used to love to listen to this at nighttime driving around, but this is a great CD. I'm trying to wrap up my CD collection. I'm so close. I'm just getting a few soundtracks and just a few other 80s hits and stuff that I've missed. But that's it for the CDs. I got some movies. I just recently, when we got back from Hawaii, I wanted to get this because I still had the old VHS on 2 VHS tapes. So I got South Pacific on Blu-ray. This is a 50th anniversary edition, which has got hours of behind the scenes and how they made it. It's a beautiful film, and it's a musical. I'm not real big on musicals, but this one I like. It's made by the same people who did Sound of Music. A wonderful story of, my grandfather was pretty much in this theater in the Solomon Islands in World War II, in the Pacific Islands, Japanese-controlled islands. And that's what this story is about, our guys, GIs over there, and falling in love also with the environment, the area itself, with all the hectic mayhem going on there. But great film, beautifully remastered. It's a must-get. I got to do a Blu-ray collection soon, but this is one of the new ones that I've just recently got. Body Heat was one I got a while back, maybe a month or so ago. I'm anxious to watch this again. I haven't seen this. I saw this at the theater when it came out. This is Lawrence Kasdan's first movie, an outstanding film, highly recommended. Great performances, really well done. Kind of a thriller. By Dawn's Early Light. This is a hard to get kind of a DVD. It was an kind of a HBO made for cable movie. It's not in widescreen. It's in a pan and scan format because that's the way it was filmed. But it's about what would happen if there was going to be a nuclear attack in the country, and the president's, gone, and the vice president's in control. It's a pretty intense military drama thriller, really realistic. Powers Booth and this other gal that's in it, Rebecca De Mornay. She was kind of, I think, in Risky Business and some other movies. Really well done. Highly recommend this. Wanted Dead or Alive. This I have on the original VHS cassette, a store-bought cassette of this. And I was so thrilled to find this on DVD. Sadly, it's not on Blu-ray that I know of. But this is really well done. One of the best Rutger Hauer 80s movies. Really good, kind of a cop, private detective story film. Really good action. It's got Gene Simmons from Kiss. This is actually a pretty good job playing a terrorist in it. Really well done. I'd highly recommend this. This is one, it was dirt cheap. I got it for like $5. It has Under Siege 1 and 2 in it. I haven't even watched it yet, but I'm anxious to see this. I'm trying to upgrade a lot of movies that I had like on VHS for whatever reason. I just never got around to upgrading them to even DVDs, so I'm trying to upgrade them. I got this Cocaine Cowboys, which is highly recommended. Kind of the thing that led up to Miami Vice, in the Scarface movie in particular. Really kind of a true story. It's like a gritty documentary about what really happened with the cocaine influx of cocaine into America through Miami, and the corruption and the cops and the murders, and very mesmerizing. I've watched this not once but twice all the way through. It was very good. I was really impressed with this. It's got a lot of behind-the-scenes excerpts they cut out. There's a longer version of it, which is basically all the deleted scenes, which you can see on this. This is really good. Highly recommended. In fact, Jan Hammer from Miami Vice actually does the music to it, which is kind of strange. Got this kind of happy, uppy 80s music with all the real footage of these massacres and murders and people hacked up. It's pretty intense. The River's Edge, which is actually filmed here in Sacramento, and it was written by a guy that went to school here in Sacramento. I hadn't seen this in so long, and we watched, I think, Lady Bird, which was filmed here in Sacramento. My wife rented it off Netflix, and I go, oh, it's another movie we haven't seen that some time. It's called River's Edge, was also filmed here. So I hadn't seen this in 20-something years, and I bought this for like $3 used at Dimples, and such a great film. I really enjoyed this. Dennis Hopper has a hilarious performance in it. Keanu Reeves and some other actors. Really funny. Oh, there goes my DVDs. That's what happens when you stack wide DVDs on top of little CDs. They fall off. But that's pretty much it for my pickups. I've been playing, I also got this Red Faction Gorilla, which I mentioned in my last video. I've yet to play this. This looks so good. I'm anxious to play this. A lot of people weren't impressed with this remaster, but it sure looks good to me from everything I've seen on it. I could see putting some serious time into this. I'm a huge Red Faction fan from Red Faction 1 and 2. I just never played the newer one, so I have this one. I've got Armageddon as well for the 360, which I haven't played as well, but this one looks really good. I could see a lot of fun with the destructible environments with this, so I had to get it. And I'm still playing this. So I've been taking time off from this to play Shift 1, and then lately I've been taking time off from this to get into my Test Drive Unlimited, but I'm so anxious to get back to this. I've had so much fun. This is another one that's I'm going to probably sink 30 or 40 hours into easily. It's so good. And the story's good. I'm trying to find all the hidden things and do all the side quests as I go along and really take my time with this. This is really a fun game. I love the first Godfather so much. I'm so happy to have this one. That's pretty much what's going on with that. The other pickup I got was, like I mentioned at the very last minute, I got a brand new Gopro Hero. This is just the base model. Or I guess I got it upside down. Here it is here. What they didn't tell you is you got to format the SD card, otherwise after so many seconds or minutes the camera automatically shuts off. So luckily I had a lot of little segments of like minute-long sections underwater in Hawaii, so I finally downloaded everything from this into my computer, so now I can take this SD card out, clear it out, delete it, and then format it. So I'm anxious, and I'm working on that. It's taken me 2 weeks to go through all the footage in my phone, some of the pictures in my wife's phone, as well as this Canon camera I'm filming on here, this GoPro, and put all the footage and the static pictures in there together, picking out the best ones. Any ones that are out of focus I've deleted, obviously. And I've got a lot of work to put together. I'm just trying to decide, do I want to do like a narrative over it and talk about the trip, or just have, like, you know, some nice generic music. The problem with the music is I get copyrighted, and then my buddies in some of my European countries can't watch it because they can see it in the States, but they can't see it over there. So as much as I love to put some nice soft, you know, Pat Metheny or you know, something like a David Benoit jazz over the top of this, which would be ideal, I'm afraid I'm going to get copyrighted, which terrifies me. So, you know, it's like I did this concert I went to the other night. I got all the footage from the concert. I showed some of that Wang Chung footage. I have another 4 or 5 songs I recorded from them, and then other songs, but I'm terrified to put too much of that on there and then get flagged again for the copyright music. So, but this I'm anxious to use. I want to start getting back to making some car content with my Challenger. I finally detailed that. I have an appointment for the 12th of this month to finally get that in. My dealership is so backed up with work right now that I can't even get my car in for like another 2 weeks. But on the 12th, I'm going to take it in to get all new ceramic brakes, 4-wheel disc brakes on it, and then have it aligned. And that's pretty much all it needs. I already had the synthetic oil change recently. And then I'm going to start using this. I've got a new camera mount, thanks to my good buddy who's got a car video as well. Or he's got a YouTube channel. He donated me a really nice bracket setup, which I can mount externally on the car to get some really good close-up shots at high speed and low to the ground and stuff like that. Plus I can also film vlogs with this, which I'm kind of hoping to try out. So I'm going to try to experiment with doing vlogs via my phone as well as the GoPro and see which one I like better. I have brand new mounts, like dash mounts or windshield mounts for both my phone as well as the GoPro. So I can use a suction cup mount to, you know, do driving vlogs, and I want to kind of get back to that. I miss doing the driving vlogs. As a big car enthusiast, it's something about being behind the wheel. It's a great catalyst for thought and for talking and all that. So it's been fun. I've had a great time since we've been back. It was a little bit of a bummer coming back from a beautiful place like Maui, Hawaii, to, you know, the drudgery of work and traffic and stress and all that. But I'm trying to make the best of it and learn a lot of the wonderful lessons I learned while being in Hawaii, of just kind of just letting one day, just not worrying about anything. I got to get to the point where I don't stress and I don't worry. I'm going to have a heart attack if I keep it up. My blood pressure's so high, and I don't like being that way. I don't want to live that way anymore. So I'm trying to take things in stride and take one day at a time. I have all this back. I'll have a couple little clips here I'll show, but I still have my modded Xbox, which I need to spend some time with it. Maybe, hopefully, maybe this coming weekend I can. My wife is going to be flying down to the LA area this weekend, this Friday, for a few days to see family. There's some things going down there with her family she's helping out with. So I'll probably have some quiet time this weekend where maybe I can film my modded Xbox, which is what I'm hoping, and show some footage of me, you know, ripping games to it, as well as the fantastic arcade through CoinOps 8. I've got like 4,300 games. It's insane. So I'm still learning the button mapping of it, but it's really a wonderful thing. I absolutely love that modded Xbox. I'm having so much fun with it. Thanks to my good buddy Clint and Steve Baker here locally, who helped me install a new DVD drive. So I've got it up to speed, and it's working great now. So, but that's pretty much it. Just kind of a video to get to show my pickups and let you know where I'm at, what I'm doing. I mean, like I said, I've got a strategy guide collection video I want to do soon. I've got my Blu-ray collection video, which I'm real anxious to show. My Blu-rays are pretty much, I'm happy with what I've got now. From here on out, there's not a whole lot more to add to them. I'm trying to upgrade some films I don't even have on DVD from VHS, so those I can get dirt cheap, my God, like $3, $5, $7 all day long with these old DVDs. And with my new Sony, I have a brand new Sony Blu-ray player that upscales even DVDs to close to what looks like 4K or like 1080p. And it takes 1080p Blu-rays and upscales them to what looks like 4K. It's very impressive. It's probably a similar technology that's in the PS4 Pro, but it looks good either way. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. Let me know in the comments how your summer was. How's your gaming been? How is your game collecting? Are you getting behind in it? Do you feel satisfied with where you're at? I know a lot of people are burned out. They've been burned out on doing YouTube. Some people are burning out on collecting. Some people are burning out on gaming. We all go through those periods where you hit kind of a dry spell and you just need kind of a break away from it. I've had more than enough of a break away from gaming. I'm actually having a lot of fun getting back into it again. I'm still playing that Chase Horizon Zero or Turbo, whatever it is, on the PlayStation 4. It's a good one. When I've only got like limited time, like 30, 40 minutes, that's a fun one to get in and play. I saw Metal Jesus, or I think it was Reggie on Metal Jesus was talking about that game. You get a physical copy of it from Brazil, I believe. You know, it's nice to see other people, gamers, are just discovering how cool that game is. That's a great example of a modern game that takes old retro design elements and gameplay elements and incorporates them into a new game with beautiful graphics. You can play it on a contemporary system, but still have the simplicity and the fun factor of an old retro style game. So gaming is, I'm happy with the direction it's going. I'm not pleased with everything I see coming out, but there's so much good footage. I just watched this, 45 minutes of footage on the new Cyberpunk, 2077, whatever the hell it is. Looks really good. Great graphics. I love the in-car Blade Runner type cars and the driving ability, everything. It looks fantastic. I'm still waiting to hear on Red Dead 2 if it's going to be offline or not, so I'm going to hold off on that. Now we got 10 days from now, we got the Shadow of the Tomb Raider coming out. I'm probably going to have to hold off on new games. I've spent so much money on these, trying to finish up my Xbox, collection, and my Xbox 360 collection in particular. I'm kind of taken away from newer games. So I'm going to probably hold off on new games for the rest of the year. I might get one more by the end of the year. We'll see. But eventually I'll get those games. I know Shadow of the Tomb Raider will do well, so I would like to support that game and get it. But I missed out. They've got that new Strange Brigade, what is it? It's a Rebellion game. Strange Brigade. It's made by the guy that made the Sniper Elite, same company. It looks really good. I really like the kind of tongue-in-cheek little British narration over it. It's kind of like a 30s serial thing. Kind of like Buck Rogers or some of those older, movie serials. It looks really cool, great graphics. Sadly, I'll have to hold off on that as well. So it is what it is. But eventually I'll get those games. They'll probably be a little bit more affordable. by the time I'm ready. In the meantime, I hope the studios do well selling them. They look like they're fun games, and they are doing well with sales. So anyway, guys, I'm a little tired. It's been kind of a long week since I've been back. I've been thrown back into work and projects around the house and stuff like that. But I wanted to get this video out to my friends anyway. So thanks so much for watching, and enjoy your gaming.